going on, y'all? We're back again with another one. Now, my last video, I spoke about how Eddie George just got introduced to being the Tennessee State head coach, and spoke about Deion Sanders too. And now, I'm now hearing that Ray Lewis and Ed Reed may think about going out for coaching jobs at HBCUs. And I think somebody said that Deion Sanders said this. So to ask now how this would look. Now, I don't care about how much exposure, if Ray Lewis and Ed Reed are only there to get coaching experience because they can't do it at a big school. I think that's a lie. Because there's been plenty of guys who retired, then whoever wanted to have a position coach job, they went straight in the NFL and got it. Mike Vrabel, Joey Porter. Like, there's been plenty of players who retired from the NFL and then 2 years later got an NFL coaching job. So to say that Ray Lewis and Ed Reed need to go to HBCUs to get some coaching experience, I don't think that's true at all. Especially Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis can be a defensive coordinator, a damn near head coach now if he wanted it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how good of a player he was on defense. Now, I will say this though. He can't be a position coach at an HBCU. Nor Ed Reed. That wouldn't work. And only because their aura would overshadow the head coach or the defensive coordinator that's there. So I think they would have to be head coaches. Reason being is because head coaches would normally be the ones to go out to the homes of the players who are they're going to recruit. If they're going to speak to them about the school, they're going to speak to them about the environment, they're going to speak to them about whatever there is to do in the city. Now, I'll say this though. With Ray Lewis and Ed Reed being head coaches at an HBCU, you are probably 7 out of 10, you'll probably get a 4-star recruit to go to that school because of who the head coach is. Because you know that they have an NFL mindset. So you know that the thing that they're going to do is going to be based off of what they've done in the NFL. So you're going to bring that culture into that school wherever they're coaching at. So honestly, I think this is a beautiful thing. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing that look, the fact that Ray Lewis, who I think is probably top 5 best defensive players of all time, and Ed Reed, the best safety ever, I think it is extremely wonderful that that more HBCUs will get exposure. And and a shout out to Hugh Jackson, who just got hired as the offensive coordinator for Tennessee State. So that's big too. HBCUs are starting to get that exposure, and I love it. I absolutely love it, man. We need more coaches, more NFL coaches, more college stars to come out and be head coaches, or just have a position coach at an HBCU. I think it's wonderful. Now you see how Jackson State is on ESPN damn near every week. Deion Sanders is there. Just imagine during the fall season how it's going to look. You know what I'm saying? Because there's going to be a lot more HBCUs that's going to be played on ESPN. Because Deion Sanders laid that foundation. Now it's going to be Eddie George's turn. And hopefully we'll have more coaches come in. So, hey, especially look, Tennessee State is going to get even more exposure now that Hugh Jackson and Eddie George is there. It's going to be wonderful, man. I honestly can't wait for the fall season now. It's gonna be insane.